My name's Greg, and welcome to the Great Buckeye Western Railroad. And as I say before every episode, it's not exactly great yet, but I'm working on it. This will be Phase 2 construction, episode number 6. As a review, Phase 1 is basically a 30-foot dogleg with 60 foot of track that allows me to run trains as I work on the rest of the layout. Phase 2 deals with getting coal from the mine down McClusky Hill into the yard and then over to the main line. So for the last couple of weeks, I've been basically working on the ground cover at the base of McClusky Hill at the coal yard. And the ground cover I've been using is, I'm trying to simulate a clay, hard, rocky type ground cover. And that's what you see here in this area. And then on the hills, the same thing with a little bit of light green ground cover on top of that. Same for the hill in the back. I've got ballast, mostly for a coal type area, which is mostly black with some light gray. And then I've added in a gravel road and a gravel lot. So I've pretty much settled on this over here. It's my little laboratory. Now for my basic ground cover, which is this. It's 4 parts concrete, 1 part grout, which is a mocha colored grout, and 1 part play sand. That's my basic hard clay rocky ground cover that I want. In some areas, especially near the coal yard, I add what I call some gravel smudge. And that is nothing more than a little bit of fine gray ballast mixed with my coal yard ballast, which is 1 full black container of Woodland Scenics fine ballast and a half of a container of gray mixed together. So that makes my coal smudge. Here is for the base of hills. It's basically my ground cover with my hill mixture right here, which is 2 parts blended turf and 1 part green turf. I try to sprinkle that on lightly, sometimes with a salt shaker. And then this is my asphalt. My asphalt mix right here. It's 4 part concrete to 1 part gray grout. That's pretty much what I'm using on everything in the lower section of Phase 2 construction. Now, all my experimentation and what works best for me is I glue everything down with my tight bound all-purpose white glue. And then once it's down and dry, I put together a mixture, 3 parts water, 1 part Mod Podge for on top to glue it down. And that there is my applicator of choice. Of course, you use wet water, which is basically water with 5 drops of dishwashing liquid. That's pretty much everything I'm using right now to complete this area. I've got a little bit of track cleaning to go. I've tested it and everything works. And now I'm ready to start moving up to the end of the coal yard. And I do need to repaint the backdrop. Right now it's just going to be blue, but there'll be a bunch of clouds put on there. I need to paint this area back here. So that's where I'm at right now in this phase. So this area is at the base of McClusky Hill, right by the coal yard. And at this point, the scenery is just about complete. I have my ground cover that is a hard clay rocky type cover. I have my smudges. I have a little bit of green on the hills and on the back hill. I got my cinder ballast for the coal yard. The engine house is set, 2-stall engine house. And my maintenance lot, which is a gravel lot with maintenance buildings and a gravel service road, complete with a Lumpy's coal truck. So the only thing I have left to do is a little bit of vegetation. I still need to study that, decide what I want to do. But I did make one mistake I got to repair. and that's with this switch right here. I had a switch catastrophe where it was broken, and I had to replace it. I took it out, I put it back in, and I actually have plastic rail joiners here that allows me to have feeders that I can control for the engine house. I have a feeder right about here on both sides, but I don't have any power this side of the insulated frog. I made that mistake and forgot all about it. So I'm going to be adding some feeder wires right there. That'll be the next thing I have to do. And then put fascia so I can mount my Blue Point controller rods. And this part will be pretty much finished. And it'll be time to move north. So for episode 5's question on the historical quiz of great Americans that helped make America great, I'm considering naming this engine house the Elijah McCoy Engine House. What is the significance of the name Elijah McCoy? Okay, so now for my historical quiz on great Americans that helped make America great, what is the significance of the name Eugene F. Kranz, or more commonly known as Gene Kranz? All right, so that's it for this episode. Next episode, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I may have purchased a tool to make my video a lot more steady. Actually, I'm practicing with it right now. So thank you for watching again. We'll see you next time.